What's up guys, Ghost here. So today I'm going to share with you my 3 favourite maps to fly the jets on, and also my 3 most hated maps. So this is based on gameplay experiences, ease of play, and also just sheer cool factor. I'm interested to see if you guys agree with me, so let's get started. So starting with the best maps, coming in at number 3, we have Rogue Transmission. This has always been a map that makes me smile when it comes around in the rotation. I love the fact that the layout of this map actually adds another dynamic to air gameplay. There's just nothing cooler than dogfighting around these great steely arms of the radar dish, and if you're a good enough pilot, you can even use them to turn the tide of a dogfight. As we saw in my recent jet domination video, you can even get your jet physically stuck within the wires, and it just creates some really cool battlefield moments. Then there are these 3 pillars surrounding the radar dish with little sniper spots up on each one. There's nothing that gives me more satisfaction than picking some pesky recons off of there. And then as a nice little bonus, there is only one AA tank, as opposed to having one on each side, and it even spawns underneath the radar dish where it can't even shoot you, so that's always nice. Coming in at number 2, we have Paracel Storm. Now the main reason I think I enjoy this map so much is just the sheer cool factor of it. I think DICE really nailed the Levolution here, having that storm roll in and, being dogfighting up in the wind and the rain with the darkness around you. It just felt so awesome. Plus, once again, having only one shared AA tank to worry about isn't something you'll find me complaining about. I think a lot of people thought Levolution was just a little marketing gimmick for Battlefield 4, something they didn't do in Battlefield 3, and in many ways a one that they could sort of one-up the Call of Duty lads, thinking what can we do that they can't do, and in a lot of the maps the Levolution really wasn't very important and didn't do that much, but I feel in the case of Paracel Storm, it really brought something new to the map, something different, it was well worth it, and that's why it's my number 2 spot. So what is my favourite BF4 map? I think it's going to have to be Silk Road. I've had some of the biggest kill streaks on this map in rush mode where there's no stealth jet to worry about. Of course, if you play on Conquest, there is no attack jet available. Now because of this, it's quite a rare find to get into an attack jet on this map on rush because it just crops up in the server browser so rarely. But the map itself is so clean, so open. In fact, oddly, it's quite the opposite of something like Paracel Storm. Enemies are insanely easy to spot on the floor just because of the contrast of colour. And as you guys know, getting the lay of the land as a jet pilot is one of the most important things. In addition to that, if stealth jets are more your cup of tea, it's also one of the best air superiority or conquest maps for stealth jet pilots. So those were all fantastic in my opinion, and if you're looking for a good map to learn to fly the jets on, or just rack up an amazing kill streak, I would strongly recommend those 3. But what about the not so great maps that you should try to steer clear of? Coming in at number 3, we have Lancang Dam. Now a special mention goes out to Hainan Resort that came in a very close 4th. So where to begin with this map? For jet or even heli pilots, this map has just always been kind of broken. Due to its layout, the AA tank can practically camp from its own spawn and hit enemy aircraft more than halfway across the map. And this is only the situation now. Back when the game released, the AA tank had way less fall off and way more range, and could literally attack aircraft almost as soon as they got off the runway. I really hope DICE learned a lesson from this one, and that we won't see anything like that again in future titles. At number 2, I have chosen Operation Mortar. Now in general, the other naval strike maps were nice to play on. Both Nancha Strike and Lost Islands were decent, not my favourite, but decent, but Operation Mortar was always a complete shit show for me, and the main reason is the fact that there's a huge bloody castle taking up half the map and giving the infantry a massive height advantage. Now as a jet pilot, one of the best tools against enemy Iglas and Stingers is the fact that you can just outrange them in the sky. However, on this map, if you get caught anywhere near that castle, you can just forget about it. There is always a large concentration of engineers up there with anti-air and even a ton trying to RPG you. In my opinion, I would steer clear of this map. And finally, at number 1, we have Dawnbreaker. Now, I am aware that there are no attack jets on this map, and those are kind of my thing, but I just had to pick this map regardless, because I just have no clue what DICE were thinking putting any kind of jet on this map. I get what they were going for. The place is covered in skyscrapers. They must have talked about it amongst themselves in the office, saying things like, imagine the only in Battlefield moments, a stealth jet tears between 2 skyscrapers, takes out an enemy heli, and lives to tell the tale. It sounds just like something from a Hollywood film, and you can kind of see it happening in your mind. But when you actually play this map, the reality is that you have so little airtime before you have to pull up due to the abundance of obstacles that are in your way, that you won't kill anything. And it is therefore a complete waste of time to even jump into a stealth jet in the first place. Oh, you were locking an enemy jeep with a laser-guided missile? Tough luck, mate. He just drove behind a massive skyscraper. Oh, you were spamming your 20mm cannons away at the attack heli? Guess what? He can simply maneuver himself behind a building super easily. The very vehicles that the stealth jets are there to keep in line thrive in this environment. The helicopters love having buildings and obstacles around because they can line of sight lock-ons and evade enemy jets. So I think I will never understand why there are even jets in this map, and for me, this is why I've put it at number 1. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? What are some of your favourite maps to play on, and which ones do you avoid like the plague? Thank you very much for watching, guys. Like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.